Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a continuation of our how to colour fur video we did. A viewer requested that I show how I was going to finish the white patches on my black cat. So the page we did is from Autumn Scenes by Teresa Goodridge, and just lock back in, there we go. I have this little kitty here that we worked on. Just going to zoom into that guy. And we did a black cat. All I've done separate, I've used quite a thin white gel pen and added some white whiskers over the black lines. So essentially I'm going to show you how I do the white patches on his fur. So we have a few little bits and pieces that we want to be white. Obviously embellishments are done last, so I've coloured everything around him is finished. Usually I would advise finishing your page before you add your embellishments, but obviously for the sake of this demonstration I'm going to do it like this. I just any white gel pen that you prefer to use will do. I enjoy the uniball Signo. I do find these are one of the more fluid ones. You need to clean your nib before and after use over wax pencil. And essentially, usually when you're doing white outlining, you're going to just line over the black line with your pen, nice and simple. In the case of fur, you want to do it just ever so slightly different, because you still want that furred look. You need to cover the white lines, but you need to keep that pattern. So instead of just going along the line itself, I am pulling my pen out to continue the look of that fur, and then I'm just going to smudge that down and in a little bit. And that is the shape that I would create. And then you need your grey pencil, which of course mine is downstairs, to blend between your two colours. So you're just going to essentially pull some of the white back off again, just to smooth and blend where one medium cuts into the other. And then obviously wait for that to dry and just brush off your excess. I think I smudged a little bit of my white there, which we'll just scratch off, nice and easy. And instead of just like, you know, lining it, you're going to fluff it outwards the same as you did with your pencil. So very small patches, possibly a thinner gel pen would make this slightly easier, but we have what we have. I'm going to do exactly the same, and I'm going to pull little tufts into his ears. So I'm not just going over the lines, I'm flicking the same as we did with the fur. And again, we're just blending with the, preferably use the greys that you used earlier, just to blend where the white meets his fur, just so you've not got a harsh line between gel and pencil. And then we have his little white feet. I think also we just want to smudge this here, I know, a little bit. Okay, so feet would be a little bit different because the bottom edges aren't actually going to be furry. So in this case, I would just outline as I would anything else, and I'm just going over the black lines where my feet are. Again, I would let that dry a little bit, and then I would, again, just smooth the transition where gel pen meets pencil, so you're not quite as harsh. Your pencil won't really just colour over gel pen. What it technically does is kind of pull up the gel pen. And the reason I do this straight away while it's still a little bit damp is it stops it just flaking straight back up. It moves it a little bit, and it just lets you play a little bit and just shuffle it around. You do then want to brush away the little specks of gel pen that has left behind. And you have this little guy. So we're going to have a little look, see what we want to correct. I've got a little bit of black showing through just there, so I'm just going to dot that over the top. Gel pen doesn't really like to write over itself. It will take the underneath layers back off again. So you've to kind of dot it with hardly any pressure over the top for it to actually allow you to put another layer on. You kind of put on as much as you take off with that. You've got to be a little bit patient with it, and just to get it covered. That would be my white patches, nice and easy. We'll bring you back out so you can see its proper effect. As obviously with any page, as I always say, you don't want to be concentrating on what it looks like from here. You want to stand back, get off your chair, stand up, have a look at your page, and that's usually when pages look correct and beautiful and the way they should do. You know, nothing looks good if you've got your nose right in front of it, whereas if you take a step back, usually you can see the beauty of the overall picture better than, you know, every little item. I am no expert by far, so obviously it's not a masterpiece. It's a bit of white gel pen on its feet, but it gives me the effect that I'm happy with for my page. So yeah, it's turning out really nicely. I've got a Felissimo pencil path going on. My cat was in Polychromos, which you can see the tutorial for that. I've got some grass in the background in Luminance, and these pumpkins are Derwent Inktense activated with an alcohol blender, which absolutely does not work on this paper. Beyond, and they will not be repeated for these. As you can tell, I'm using a lot of mediums because I am working on my what pencil, what paper every month, trying to use as many different pencil types on new papers so that I can get a bit of an idea for what works well and what doesn't for the updates. And I'm really enjoying the page so far. It's been fun. I like the way it's turning out, the level of detail. There are a billion colours in this path, unfortunately, but I've not got that much further to go with it, so we're getting there. And yeah, I'm pleased. I'm quite looking forward to finishing my haunted house. I'm thinking I might make it a red brick, like a reddy, browny, orangey kind of brick building with a grey slate roof. And you know, it is a Halloween page, so I'm probably going to make that maybe a dusky kind of scene, so later in the day. Hence why it's not a wonderfully bright page that I've created. There's not a lot of highlight or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be evening, but Lord knows what background we're going to do. This is the problem. You spend all this time on a page, and because I'm playing with mediums and trying to work out good pencils, you just know you're going to use something in there somewhere that's going to be horrendous that you'll have to work around. And it's always a shame when it's the last element on the page, but what can you do? I hope you found this useful, guys. I hope it answered the questions, made this easier for you to finish your little cat. As always, any comments or questions, pop them in the description below and I will answer anything I'm able to. I would really appreciate if you give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the video, and of course, as always, if you enjoy the channel, please subscribe so I know you're out there, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have fun, happy colouring.